Hello, welcome to the Cheat Code, where you will get an urban approach to financial education. I'm Ralphie Wall Street, and today is Wall Street Wednesday. I just want to drop a little disclaimer. My show is more or less here to help you with the fundamentals on how to look over stocks, and if I give you any advice on not to buy the stocks, but these are stocks I want you to look into versus just me telling you to buy them, because I'm not certified to do that. So I just want to put that disclaimer in that any stock I mention, it's to look into versus buy. Today I want to get into the GameStop phenomenon. Now, GameStop fundamentally is a horrible company. Fundamentally. Its business model is falling apart, stores are dropping in malls, and the list goes on. But for retail trading, it is a gold rush. Let's see, less than last year, GameStop was at less than $8. Today, real time, it is at $360. Yeah, in the last 3-4 days, almost 3 days, it has blew up. They had a mean short squeeze, so be careful of the short squeeze. Like, a short squeeze is where you think a stock, you can short a stock, but it gets squeezed to the point where it just increases uncontrollably, and no fundamental reason why it does this. From, like, even the pros are like, what is going on? So you have to watch out for these situations, because chances are these stocks won't maintain this. So the rational basics of trading is out the window when it comes to these. Like, right now, the chat rooms are winning. Reddit, StockTwits, Yahoo Finance, these little, there's a couple on Facebook too. I peep them as well. They're basically trading information and ideas. And you got to think, before in the 90s when they did this, it wasn't really, trading wasn't popular, and social media wasn't even a thing really back then. So the chat rooms now are filled with millions of people. So you got to think, if people over and over in these chat rooms are saying these stocks are going to go up, these retail and amateur investors are going to dive in. It's just, when they come to slaughter, it's going to look gross. Like, them stocks, I can't see it holding that type of price too long, because it doesn't match the business. So it's definitely, they're in for a ride with a lot of retail investors doing their thing. One of the hedge fund people on CNBC said something very interesting. He was like, once your shoe shine guy starts giving you stock advice, be careful. And then Warren Buffett said something really cool too. He was like, if the market was ever rational, he'd rather bust tables or wait tables. So the market's not rational. And then it's not that your shoe shine man knows a lot. It's that he has more information at his disposal than ever before. So it's not like they don't know what they're talking about. Like, a hedge fund company lost so much money shorting GameStop. I think it was Melvin Capital out of Chicago. It was one of them states, but it dropped out of GameStop at like $20. So they lost so much money because it's at $350 now. Trust me, I'm in that boat too. Like, I didn't think it was going to be anything last year. I had it, like, I hold it on to about 6 months to 8 months. And I think it went from $4 to $6 in that time frame. But you see, I have to learn to practice what I preach, keep it for the 2 to 3 year mark, and see how it pans out. Now, if I kept those 100 shares at $4, I don't want to get into it. So you definitely want to still follow your fundamentals. But remember, the market, or as we call it, Mr. Market, never goes the way you planned. It's a very moody. If it was a person, it would be very moody. So be careful of Mr. Market. So you got to watch out for the GameStops of the world. Actually, I'm trying to figure out, is AMC going to be next? AMC just went from $4 to almost $15 in a day. It's rolling around 13 to 15 right now, but you got to remember, 3 days ago, it was like literally $4.75. So you see these amateur and retail investors, and you got to think the Fed is dumping money into the economy, and there's no clothes to buy to go anywhere, and there's not a lot to do. So a lot of people are invest gambling. And that's not good. That's not good for their wallets. I mean, you may get lucky here and there, but let's see if you can keep that same rhythm 5 years in a row. I doubt it. So you always want to stick to your fundamentals before you start just listening to the herd. And that's one of my rules. I teach a lot of people. I teach it's you don't follow the herd. You stick to what the fundamentals and the criteria that you set forth and go forward. It's kind of scary to see some of these stocks how they're gonna drop. They're gonna drop like a ton of bricks because it's just that's how the market works. What must come? What? How's it go? Murphy's Law. What goes up must come down. Yeah, I can't see right now GameStop at an evaluation of 25 billion for a long time. That company's literally almost in bankruptcy maybe 3 months ago. So we'll see how this works out. Yeah, because these chat rooms are like they call it a cartel now. Like these chat room cartels are taking over the stock market. Nah, it's just a lot of money out there, and we're gonna see how it goes. Another thing we want to get into is the earnings today. Earnings was for Tesla, Microsoft, Apple, to name a few. So there's a lot of definitely some good earnings reports. So if you own any of these stocks, listen out. They may have some good information. It's absolutely worth it. And another thing also, it's just, oh my goodness, like I'm watching this in real time. These stocks are like insanely just up. AMC right now, because you think from $4 to $14, that's almost a 200% change. Like that's a lot. So you definitely want to watch out for those and make sure your portfolio's allocated to what you need it to be. You also want to check on your dollar cost average. Are you keeping it the same price every 2 weeks? Are you going to drop the price down? Is your debt to income ratio changing? Things like that. A lot of catalysts outside of stocks do matter when you're investing as well. So you definitely want to take a look at your income and see if it's able for you to invest a certain way. Because a lot of these day traders and swing traders and short sellers, some of them are playing with their life savings. And I went to Vegas a couple years ago. I seen a lot of homeless people. So you definitely want to be careful gambling in the market because it definitely can go either way easily. Another company I've seen that's doing really well too is Chewy and Airbnb. I spoke on those episode maybe about 5-6 episodes ago. Chewy is basically you don't got to go to Petco or any of those stores anymore because it comes right to you, and you can set it up as a monthly thing where it comes up automatically. And then what I like about Chewy, they don't argue with you. Like if you feel something's wrong, they'll tell you to keep it and they'll send you a new one. I think that's very good business model for warranty. Costco's has a warranty like that, where it's very solid, and you know if something's gonna go wrong, they'll easily fix it. And plus, they like a lot of high quality products, so it's tough for it to go wrong. But if it does, they'll take care of it. So Chewy's a good stock to look into. Their valuation as well. What else is looking good for the markets? Pot stocks. Yes, the pot stocks are going crazy. Mexico just decided to go legalized. A few other individual states are thinking of changing it to legalize recreational due to the budgets are horrible in these states, so they need that money. They need that weed money. Because that weed money would definitely help in their budget. Talking about municipal wise, fixing roads and things like that. Pot stocks will definitely help with that. You know, I watched CNBC today and I seen the CEO of Tilray on there. And it's fascinating. Like, some people just listen to my podcast, not a lot listen to my video, but you can see I'm black. When I was younger, I used to sell weed, like sell drug hardcore. And it's fascinating how now there is CEOs that all of us that used to sell drugs back in the day wish we could have got to this level where they are literally opening marijuana factories all over the world. And it's one company. Imagine you the CEO. You're like the most legit drug dealer, like besides CVS and Walgreens and Big Pharma, but weed used to be like 10 years ago. Like, you couldn't walk around with a QP in a backpack. Like, I think that is so fascinating, how it's changing. I hope they really get all those dealers who sold drugs, sold weed back in the day out. I hope none of them. I hope none of them are locked up anymore, because like Tilray, Canopy Growth, Aurora Cannabis, GW Pharmaceuticals, all these companies are making billions off of weed. Pot stocks are doing great, so it's like, I don't think it's fair. I don't. It's fascinating to me, but that's here nor there. If you into the pot stocks, definitely take a look. They're doing some damage. There's a lot. They say within the next 1 to 2 years, it will be federally recognized. It's inevitable, because they're gonna have Canada and Mexico like pushing the United, like poking them on each side, like, hello, we're legal. What are you doing, USA? So it's just a matter of time. Like, it's just so. These pot stock prices now are what they are, but keep an eye on them. I'm pretty sure there will be a drastic change. I am an owner of Canopy Growth and Tilray and Aurora Cannabis stocks, and I've been on those for a long time. So I'm just watching the show. If there is anything else I can help you with today, let me think. Well, as for a whole, the markets are down, but there's like these really big name stocks kicking butt. Not big name, but weird name stocks like GameStop, AMC. All of them are really just bringing the market up. But as a whole, the market ain't really doing the best today. It's kind of running flat. So you definitely want to just keep an eye out. That's it. Like, because there's a lot of these stocks that are following within the herd. Johnson & Johnson is another one that may be going to be doing some damage soon there. One shot vaccine will be coming out soon. And once that comes out, I think that would, as for those coronavirus people who want to get the vaccine shot, that will make it a lot faster, because the two that do work are like 2 shots, but you got to keep them a certain way. But Johnson & Johnson's vaccine is a 1 shot. You can sit it on the counter for days and nothing happens to it. It can be in room temperature or anything like that. So that is a big deal. So watch out for that Johnson & Johnson stock. The fact that it does that is a big deal. Also, they're going to be implementing logistically supermarkets, pharmacies like Walgreens and CVS. So definitely look into those stocks as well, Walgreens and CVS. They will be doing stadiums, I believe, too, for some mass vaccinations as well, like opening up like football stadiums around the country from getting it to 1,000 people per day to 100,000 people per day. I don't know if I'm going to get the shot per se, but I will keep an eye out to see how it affects, because within herd immunity, I believe that if the way herd immunity works, as long as enough people have the vaccine, people don't have to get it. If there's enough people that do have it, that means herd immunity. That means if you're walking around, it's tougher to get more people sick. If just about everyone around you has the vaccine, you'll be either you and the other person that didn't get the vaccine will be the only people possibly getting sick, if that's how I'm guessing it works. So I can't wait to get to that, because I don't know if I want to take the vaccine, but I definitely want to be able to go to a Pats game soon. So I don't take the flu shot either, so we'll see how this goes. But those stocks are absolutely worth it to pay attention to. This has been another episode of The Cheat Code. I'm Ralphie Wall Street, and this is Wall Street Wednesday. Please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, the share button. If you have any questions, reach out. Be happy to help. Thank you, and have a great day.